Hey guys, what's happening? Look, thanks for coming over. The missus and I had a pretty good trip at the MMM, as you can tell from the last 3 videos, and it was really a good time. This old EVO Softail did a wonderful job. I really wouldn't trade it for nothing else. You know, there's a whole lot of season and spice to this motorcycle when it comes to road trips, just like on the Tramp, but a whole different flavor. Anyway, the one thing that we noticed is that you know, the new seat we bought for it, it's more doable than it is comfortable. So I thought to myself, well, on the way home back from Illinois, I've determined I'm going to get another seat for this motorcycle. I've had nothing but comfort issues with aftermarket seats. So I figured to myself that the only kind of seat I've never had any issue with as far as comfort are stock Harley-Davidson seats. So I decided I'm going to look for an OEM Harley-Davidson Softail seat that would have came on this motorcycle when it was brand new. So at the swap meet that we attended after we came back from the MMM, I came across, lo and behold, stock OEM seats that would have came on this motorcycle. They were actually in pretty nasty looking shape, pretty filthy and stuff like that. But the missus did a really good job at putting some mink oil on this thing and really shining these seats up. They look just about brand new. I gotta find some bolts with the right thread so that I can put this seat on that motorcycle. And when I get it on, I'm gonna go for a ride and give you guys my opinion and my review on this motorcycle. All right? Doesn't feel too bad. Doesn't feel bad at all. Actually feels very natural. But then again, I won't know until I test ride it. So without any further ado, let's get on the road and I'll talk to you guys about my review on this motorcycle. And we'll see how the seat feels. Well, I can say after about 50 miles, the seat feels very comfortable. I think I like this seat a whole lot better than that aftermarket seat that I had on there. It had all the aesthetics for a cool looking seat and it looked great on the bike. But this Harley-Davidson seat, this OEM seat that would have came on a Heritage Softail back in the 90s, my suspicions was just right. It feels pretty good. But as far as my overall review of this motorcycle, you know, most of my riding life has been with twin cams and EVO Sportsters, but being that this is my first big twin EVO, I'll have to say it was quite a bit of a culture shock for me. Now that's not a negative thing at all. Of course, I didn't expect it to be as powerful as an 88 cubic inch twin cam motor or 103 twin cam motor. I'm okay with that, but I was kind of surprised, you know, about the vibration. I mean, this thing does vibrate a lot, but then again, what you would call a lot would be relative to yourself, because honestly, after riding it to Illinois and back and riding it a whole lot, I don't really notice the vibration that much anymore. Being that I've gotten pretty well acquainted with this motorcycle, and I'm glad about all the work that I've had to do to it, you know, I know it a lot better. I know it a lot better than when I first brought it home. I mean, I like the fact that, you know, everything I had to do to this motorcycle, I was able to do. The straightforwardness of this bike, the minimal, you know, the minimal equipment that's on it to make it go. I mean, it's perfect. It's like working on a Volkswagen. I didn't need a computer. I didn't need any kind of tech help or anything like that. I mean, just a little common sense and a little bit of process of elimination. I mean, boom, I was able to fix it. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm just talking about the simplicity of this motorcycle. Again, talking about the sacrifice of horsepower going from a 103 to an 80-inch EVO. I mean, on that 103, I just could not behave myself on that bike. I mean, you got all that power, and I know a 103 is nothing compared to a 107 or a 114 M8, but I was more inclined to act like I'm king of the interstate than I was to just chill. I mean, when I was on that bike, everybody on the interstate was in my way. When I'm on this bike, it's the other way around. Not that I'm in their way, but I don't feel the need to want to have to pass everybody. This bike is more of a, you know, it's got more of a sweet spot, like 65 miles an hour. On my 103, its sweet spot was about 80 miles an hour. I mean, shoot, the thing at 100 miles an hour would only pull 3,800 RPMs. In my opinion, I think that's geared a bit too high for what that is. But this bike here, an EVO versus a 103 twin cam, kind of makes you want to be more inclined to sit back and smell the roses and enjoy the ride. And I think that's a whole lot better. I mean, come on. When I was in Illinois at the Midwest Moto Meetup, to ride with everybody on Route 66, I mean, to ride on an iconic highway, a piece of Americana on an iconic motorcycle, granted it's not a shovel or a knucklehead or a pan, but it's a classic. It's 25 years old, it's an antique, it's got an antique tag. So to get to ride on Route 66 on a classic motorcycle, I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, yeah, it's great to ride down Route 66, that's cool, but riding down Route 66 on this bike was like a cherry on top. Honestly, I think as far as sacrificing of power, I don't mean to keep beating that dead horse, but my opinion on those big giant engine displacements on motorcycles does nothing more than just boost the ego. I mean, come on. I mean, anyway, I know it boosted mine. I acted like I owned the road when I had that thing. That's my review about this motorcycle. I mean, there's a bunch more I could say, but the high points, that's pretty much what I want to say about this bike. Now, as far as that post I made on my YouTube community, my most recent post, I'll tell you in a minute what the context was behind that as soon as we get down here and I get parked. Now, concerning the post that I made on my community about what brought you to my channel, why have you stayed thus far, and what do you hope to see in the future, I pretty much already knew the answer to all three of those questions. I mean, I know it wasn't as accurate for every single one who's commented and every single one who has not commented, but I really didn't need to know, but I wanted to see the perspective of you guys. I just want to let you guys know that I have no intention on changing anything. And I mean, I'll do some different things here and there that I haven't done before. But as far as changing my identity, as far as changing who I am, as far as, you know, in other words, selling out, I don't want to do that. And I'm not going to do that because, you know what? That's not who I am. I mean, after all, you guys came to my channel for a reason. And that reason is, you know, well, you guys explained it down in the comments. I'm still floored at the fact that there's an audience out there that likes what I do. But thank you guys, all 9,500 plus of you who have subscribed already. And I'm glad that, you know, you guys accept me for who I am and that you actually like what I do. You know, there was a conversation I had with an individual that maybe I got the wrong impression, but you know, gave me the idea that maybe I should basically venture outside the realm of who I am, so to speak. You know, not completely who I am, but it's definitely far-fetched. Not far-fetched, but it's definitely not me. I mean, I'm not going to change my identity for the sake of gaining more subscribers or getting more views. I mean, whatever happens, happens. If something takes off, great. If it doesn't, so what? You know, at least I was true to myself, and I was true for you guys. I think I pretty much know what you guys are after, and correct me if I'm wrong when I say this. You've already found it, and that's what you see on my channel. So I just want to let you guys know that I have no intention on changing anything on my channel as far as the content you see. Some of you guys said you want to see more chopper stuff. I have every intention of doing that. Some of you said you want to see more motorcycle trips, which I have every intention on doing that. Some of you said, a lot of you even said, about the working on motorcycles, and you like the fact I'm at least honest with what I do. Yeah, there's going to be more of that. I have that Ironhead project that I plan on working on next, and I'm sad to say this though, that shovel head I had to get rid of. I'm going to own one eventually, but I just, for the time and the money that it would take, well, not really the money, it's just the amount of time, and it's time that I don't have compared with when I put it up against everything else I want to do and everything else I am doing. So I'll pick up another shovel eventually, but hopefully one that's not like the one I got, you know, that needed to be taken all the way down to the frame, the cases split, the transmission gutted, and all that stuff. It's just so much time that I don't have compared to the stuff I want to do with this channel. There were things on that bike that were missing that I did know about, and there were things on that was not on that bike that was missing that I didn't know about. And the reason I didn't know about some of these things because I've never owned a shovel before. So I hope maybe one day I will own a complete shovel, you know, that needs some work. But anyway, I'm sorry to break that news to you shovelhead guys. Hopefully I'll become one, but right now I've got that bike right there that I've got to keep up with, which I think I've got it where I want it. I got the Tramp. There's some work coming up on it that's probably going to need to be done. But for right now, I'm gonna, as far as mechanicking, I'm gonna pick up again on the Ironhead project. And that is going to be quite the saga, and I know some of you guys cannot wait to see that. I know several of you have said something about that. I'm going to quit rambling. That's just what I wanted to share with you. That's my review on the seat, my review on that motorcycle, and my explanation for the post that I made on my community. Those of you who are new, and if you like what you've seen so far, go ahead and check out other videos I have that came out before this. And if you like those, go ahead and hit like and subscribe for more videos coming up. And I always say this, and I'll keep saying it, I have no idea what I'm going to film next, but I will try to keep it interesting. So you guys be good to yourselves, and you keep the rubber side down. And thanks a lot.